17 this morning in
See,
Baltimore.
in Baltimore. Ooh, yeah. I'm trying to figure out how Baltimore is warmer than Carolina and it's northern. That's
We were just 2 degrees less than South Carolina.
wow. Yeah, it's that time of the year, ladies and gentlemen. It's that time of the year for a whole lot of different things. So let's go ahead and make sure you get yourself something right with something right on. And like I said, we'll be getting started in just a moment. Make your last minute text messages. That way your prospects will know that we're going to be live and you don't want them to miss this. Also, we are live in the PIP University Facebook group. And I'm hoping that we are going to go live as well here in the Build HQ group as well. So if you have prospects and you have people who you want to share, this opportunity to, go ahead and tag them in those groups. All right, guys, one last rounds of introductions. We'll go ahead and get the show on the road. If you haven't done so already, go ahead and state your name and where you're calling from for me.
Hi, Mr. Bean. It's Candy from Houston, Texas, sir.
Candy from Houston, Texas. Welcome to the family. Welcome to the business. You've been in the family.
Ken Jenkins, DMV.
Dr. Ken, welcome to the call.
All
Glad to
right.
have you. Man, I tell you,
Evening, Angel Trend, Houston, Texas.
big money. Silent assassin, Angel Trend is in the building.
All the way from
Thomas
Arkansas.
Leroy Woodard, welcome to the call.
Felicia from Arkansas.
Dr. Felicia, welcome to the call. Glad to have you.
Thank
Thomas DMV.
Thomas in the DMV, welcome to the call.
Mr. Bean, Gabby told Orlando, Florida.
I bet you Orlando is warmer than Baltimore. Welcome to the call.
You know what?
Gabby.
I think the Baltimore people are sending their cold here tonight.
No bueno. That's
No
called
bueno.
hating. No bueno. All right. And let's see here. Okay, good deal. So this is what we're going to do, ladies and gentlemen. While you guys getting yourself something right with, something right on, something to type with, I am going to go ahead and start this conversation. So what I'd like to have everybody do is go ahead and mute yourselves out. Okay. I want to make sure that we don't interrupt the flow of the conversation. Want to make sure each and every last one of you have an opportunity to get this information so you can make some solid, sound decisions. And for me, I'm really excited because the company that you're going to be listening to me talk about tonight, guys, is a company that I actually came out of retirement for. And, when you look at a person who's retired, right, it's like, why would you come out of retirement? And it's not because of money. It was because I was unfulfilled in one category of my, entrepreneurial phase that I didn't get a chance to accomplish. And that was to help 10,000 families make $5,000 a month of residual recurring income. That was always a goal of mine. And when I saw this business model, I was blown away, and I was super excited. My wife and I, over the years, as an entrepreneur tag team, we actually made seven figures in three different industries. We were blessed to be amongst people who had vast knowledge, of business and different industries, and we learned a lot from them. And so I didn't say that to brag or to boast, but or to even impress you, but to impress upon you that the alignment is very, very important, and who you're taking your information from, it does mean a lot to you. And going into 2026, guys, you're going to have a lot of people who are going to be taking information from a lot of the wrong people, right? You're gonna have a lot of people who are gonna be using their AI to set up posts and trying to attract people to build their companies. And guess what? It's unfortunately it's gonna work for a lot of people. A lot of the right people gonna end up in the wrong place. And it happens every year this time. Person who has a New Year's resolution, they end up with a person who, just wants to make money on them. And here in this situation, in this environment, guys, it's totally different. Okay. We literally are the solution, that people need around the world globally. And, that's why I'm so passionate about having this conversation with you guys tonight. So please bear with me. We won't be long, but we will be purposeful. Like I said, when it comes to the Build Trading Academy, guys, the company that we're going to be talking about tonight, I want to make sure that you understand that since we are talking about money, I do have to give you a disclaimer. I am not a financial advisor, and all this information that I'm going to be sharing with you guys tonight during this event is going to be for educational, informational purposes only. And I am going to be a little bit of an entertainer tonight because I don't believe that talking at people. I want to make sure that you enjoy your moments with me. But the Build Network, Omni, Algo, Alpha, they do not guarantee income or financial results. Trading involves risk, and past performances does not guarantee future successes. All right. When you enter into the market, guys, everything that happens with your business, your account, your transactions is going to be totally different from everybody else's because this is true trading, right? But participants are encouraged to use discretion and seek independent financial advice before making trading decisions. And lastly, do not ever give anyone your money to trade for you, right? That's a very, very important statement. I say that statement, from an experience perspective. My wife and I, we lost multiple six figures by turning that money over to somebody who uh, left with the money. Okay, and so again, taking from somebody who knows firsthand, we took a multiple six figure income college course, and it was a crash course. We crashed and burned. So I'm just telling you, learn from my mistakes, right? So when you look at money, guys, there are four ways to earn money, and Robert Kiyosaki, a world-renowned author and financial expert, he wrote a book called Rich Dad Poor Dad, and in that book, he talked about the four quadrants. And when you look at the four quadrants, obviously you're going to start with the employee, quadrant, which is the one where everybody mostly starts at, and most people reside today, right? This is when you actually have a job. 60% of the people reside there. Okay. Then you have people who move on and progress, to independent contracting work, like being a realtor, or being an insurance agent, being a mortgage broker, being something, or you're working for yourself. You don't have a boss. Matter of fact, you traded in your boss at your job for a lot of little bosses called clients, right? And so, but you own your own time. There's no salary cap on your income because you're doing your own thing, okay? But you're doing it by yourself. Okay? There's no leverage there. Now, when you own a company, guys, you own a business. This is where the 4%ers hang out, and this is where you have companies that have more than 100 employees, right? Real big companies, and again, they make money there, but they're limited, most of them, by geographical limitations, with technology that's expanding and that's actually changing, right? But you want to be there, or you want to end up, and I believe that everybody should have this, part of their life manifest, and this become a 1%. This is where the money works for you as opposed to you working for the money. At some point in time, you should be able to clock out forever, right? You should be able to say, you know what, I don't want to do anything anymore, and all I want to do is enjoy the rest of my life, right? And so we got a hot mic. If you guys can mute that mic for me, I appreciate it. So when you look at the facts, look at the fact that 95% of the people, they are working hard and they're fighting for the 5% of the wealth around the world. Then you have the 5%ers, the 1% and the 4%ers. They create the opportunities for everybody, and they control most of the money. And we're talking about 95% of the wealth, that's around the world, right? And so, again, you want to be, on the 5% part of the pie, right? And so, my wife and I know we are again excited about the life that we had an opportunity to live in, and the freedoms that came with it. And that only came from becoming, one of the top 1%ers of the world, right? And so that's a huge deal. But now let's talk about the Build Trading Academy. The reason why you're actually here. Okay. The Build Trading Academy combines the experience of master traders with the genius and simplicity of our Einstein scanner and automated trading app Omni. Okay. Trading can help you build your own economy, which is one of the things that I really want you guys to adopt. I really want you to embrace this going into 2026, because in 2025 you saw what happens when you are a part of somebody else's economy. Okay. From January 2025 all the way up to November, you had 1.2 million people lose their jobs. Okay? And unemployment rate is at an all-time high. So that's in the government's economy. Okay? You need to be in a position where you build your own economy on your own roof, and trading does that for you. Okay. Now, the Build Trading Academy was created so that people all around the world would be able to take control of their finances, insulate themselves from uncontrollable things like COVID, layoffs, rising costs of living, and tariffs, things like that, right? This is, when you actually need income insurance. Okay? When you look at income insurance is like residual income, passive income, where you can make money appear out of nowhere. And when you look at COVID was one of the greatest examples, of the economy collapsing around you, where you had 30,000 companies close their doors. You had 2 million people go home in the United States of America with no job, no income, right? But still had bills to pay, still had lives to live, right? But you had a lot of people who had passive income, had residual income, and I was one of them, right? My wife, as a matter of fact, our income went up during COVID based on the fact that people leaned heavily on our products and services that we provided globally. So when you look at things that are happening, guys, that you can't control, you want to make sure that you're not one of those victims and not one of those people who become statistics that, you are looking for help or handouts, or you're looking for, government assistance or somebody to hand you something, because again, that's not going to be a real comfortable environment for you. So get yourself some, or put yourself in a position where you can create some income insurance. Okay. So why should you learn how to trade with us, or period? And I say period because, guys, it's just one of those things you need to learn. Even if you don't learn it here, you want to make sure you put yourself in a position to trade, because you can trade from anywhere around the world. Okay. Be your own boss. Clock out for good, right? No employees, inventory, or infrastructure needed, guys. Overhead, you really don't need it, right? To learn a skill that could potentially supplement your income and replace it, right? Working your way out of a job. Like, so you building up a trading account, right? And a portfolio that at some point in time you go from making a couple $100s to a couple of $1,000s, right? A couple of $1,000s a month to a couple of $1,000s a week, couple of $1,000s a week to a couple of $1,000s a day. And now there's no need for you to actually go back to work. As a matter of fact, you give that job back to the economy, right? And now you're at home, you have 40 to 50 to 60 hours of what you used to have going to somebody's job at home with your family and friends and your hobbies and things that you appreciate. Okay. You want to learn how to trade so you can learn it and set the right example for the next generation, right? When I look at, people who we have, one of which you'll hear about him or a little bit later, but one of our master traders, Donnie Pips, has an 11-year-old that trades. And, I remember being on a call with him one day, and he sent his dad a text message. His dad, I just closed out on a trade. The trade was for $925, and he made it in 30 minutes. Okay. That was an 11-year-old. Okay? And so trading has nothing to do with age limitations. Okay. But I look at, Latoya Landry trading with her son Cameron, and the son Cameron's an adult. I look at Dale Boudreaux, who's an engineer, and Dale Boudreaux is trading with his son, Dale Jr., right? And now I watched Dale Jr. grow up from when he was a preteen to now he's 26 years old, and now he's trading better than most people I know, right? I watched my 17-year-old now starting to learn how to trade and attend classes with my wife. Okay. And guys, I'm just saying this because when you look at, how I grew up Section 8 housing. I grew up on welfare. I grew up, with a father who was a plumber and a mother who was a substitute teacher, and they didn't have access to these trading programs and things that we have access to that most people take for granted. Okay, and so when you actually know better, you can teach better, right? So you want to learn how to trade to be able to impact the economy under your roof, as I talked about a little bit earlier, and then you no longer have to rely solely on banks, jobs, and outdated systems. So when you look at these banks, and the banks are, when I look at the banks, I just look at how powerful of a business model, that is. Well, you open up your doors of business. You have no money in the bank, right? But people gladly run to the bank and put their money in your bank. And now when they put the money in the bank, they sign a power of attorney saying, hey, this money I'm putting in your bank, you can now use for whatever you want to do. So now the money never hits the bank. They take your money and they put your money into the market. They start trading your money, right? This is how banks build their wealth on the backs of your deposits, okay? On the backs of you not wanting to learn how to trade, right? And they're not going to give you anything for it. You get less than 1% a year. But they're going to go out there and they're going to make 300% returns on your money, 600%, 6,000% returns on your money. Okay. And this is just one of the things that we have to teach. One, we got to know it ourselves, but two, we got to be able to teach the next generation coming up. Okay. So when you look at the build ecosystem, guys, the build ecosystem is all about wealth building. Okay, we're all about also having fun and living, having a lifestyle to go with it when it comes to, working hard, being able to travel hard. I believe that your creator put you here along with a lot of beautiful things for you to go see, right? But we made sure you're going to see these things at a drastic discount, right? And so you also have the personal freedoms like time freedom, right? Financial freedom, stress freedom. And the free and when I say location freedom, is to be anywhere around the world that you want to be. So who are we looking for? I think this is very, very important because we're looking for anybody who just wants to make more money, right? We believe that trading is a life skill that everybody should know. Just like me, I'm ex-military. I believe that every man at some point in time should have went to the military for maybe a year and a half, 2 years, right? But when you look at the next gen entrepreneurs and digital nomads who grew up with crypto and YouTube and TikTok education, those individuals are born for this. They grew up in this era, right? And they already know what to do in most cases, and they easily adapt to what technology is spitting out. Another thing that they have going for them is that they don't want to be like us. They don't want to go and take the jobs that and the careers that their parents have. They saw you do your thing, even if you did well. They saw you do well away from home for 50, 60 hours a week, right? And so they don't want to do what you do. They'd rather be in flip flops, house shoes, tank tops with a cup of coffee on a beach somewhere, trading. Ambitious professionals who want to take control of their incomes and their time, parents who care about teaching their kids, financial literacy and life skills, trading communities that are looking for an edge, with elite tools and technology and real education. Guys, there are a lot of trading communities that are out there right now who the technology that they're using is outdated. The scanners that they're using are slow, and their win rate, right, is not as good as ours. And so they're looking for a place where they can also build a community that's going to give them some additional supplemental income. We got that as well. So we want all of our trading communities as well as our creators to come on board and give us a try. Okay. So when you look at the markets, guys, the Forex market is huge and it's one of the fastest growing because it's one of the most easily accessible. And again, it doesn't require a lot of money to become a Forex trader, right? And when you look at the ability to find something or a pair to trade or something that you want to trade that it fits your speed, right? It can be aggressive, it can be passive, whatever it is, you can find that through Forex, okay? But we also trade crypto, which is a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more volatile, moves a whole lot, and it moves fast, right? Futures, $30 billion traded daily in futures, right? That's huge, over 24 hours a day. And then you have options, contracts that offer flexibility and leverage, open 6.5 hours a day, 5 days a week. These are different strategies. Futures company, or we're an options company, or we trade crypto, and that's because the main person who opened the company, they were the main trainer, right? And so, guys, we have people who, from all around the world right now who are here that you're going to get a chance to see in just a moment, who are actual traders, okay? But the trading training curriculum, right? This is all the things that you see right here is what comes with the core, right? Just the core basics of the package. Everything from intro to trading gold and other major pairs, stocks, options, and futures, all the way down to demo trading, which I believe is one of the best things they ever actually did for trading, was allow people to come in and push the button while they were practicing, while they were learning, right? And so they can actually hit the button without losing any money. It's like Monopoly money. Trading essentials, from how to make a trading plan all the way down to trading psychology, which is very, very important because again, you don't want to end up being a person who gambles with their money, or a person who, if you lose a little bit of money, you go on what we call tilt in poker, right? You just lose it and make you make worse decisions. Okay. So again, we're going to make sure that you actually have access to all of these things. But the tools and software, I'm going to introduce you to those: our scanners, indicators, Omni, the app, and Algo Alpha, the software. Guys, we are loaded when it comes to what we offer. Nobody out there offers what we do. But when you look at the live trading for Forex, futures, options, and everything else that we're going to be offering here, guys, nobody is really giving you live trading and live training. What they're normally giving you is videos, PDFs, right? And a Q&A once a week or once a month from one of the experts. Guys, you are in the lab, you are in the market, you are taking trades live when, you're learning, you're pushing the button live, demo or live on live accounts when you're on there with our traders and our trainers. Okay, so this is part of our core basics. Okay, exceptional access to information and people. And so when I look at these individuals, just people like JCL, who is teaching futures in Spanish and now in English, okay, out of Puerto Rico, and lights out. He's about to get his license, and so we have a licensed trader. He's also about to start training on CFTs, so that's huge. Donnie Pips, who I mentioned earlier, who had an 11-year-old son who trades. It's a great story. One of the young ladies who are in who's actually in our trading community, she met Donnie way before she met me, and she said, "Yeah, I met Mr. Pips in his trading community during COVID." Okay, that's a hint, right? During COVID, she said, I didn't have the money to buy a car, and me and my daughter went car shopping. We saw a car that we wanted. The car was $11,000, almost $12,000, and I had about $10, $9 and some change in my trading account, and I traded all the way up from $9 and some change over time, using what they taught me in that trading community to buy that car. Guys, and so there are many other stories that are out there like that. But again, Donnie, again, just one of those world-renowned individuals who actually has his own E3 strategy that's used in other companies. Plus, he has a scanner, the Einstein scanner that you guys are going to see today. He's the person that designed it. So, and I can go on and on and on about everybody else. Roxy, I've been knowing for about 2 years, an amazing woman, amazing trader. And she has her own, just like most of these guys, are not all these guys have their own trading community, right? And so just, a huge heart. She actually trades and teaches, kids, right? So when you look at the tools and software, ladies and gentlemen, we have those, like I said, the Einstein scanner. When you think about technology and you think about using something, you want to use something that's smarter than everything out there. And that's why we had to name this scanner Einstein. So imagine having the smartest piece of trading technology in the world making financial decisions with you. Okay. It's saying, hey, hit the button. It's saying, hey, it's sending an alert, right? It's telling you, hey, go look at your computer real quick, look at your charts, and what you're going to see is what we've been teaching. Hit the button. See, my wife is one of these avid Einstein users, right? She loves Einstein. She's learning how to trade gold, and her Einstein alerts come in on her watch, and they are loud, right? And then as soon as that thing comes in, she runs over to the table where her MacBook Pro is, and then she puts in the trade. As I'm so proud of my wife. She in less than 30 days, she doubled her account. Less than 30 days, and she did it with the help of Einstein, right? So, but Einstein, guys, just kind of how it works. Look at Einstein as a personal trading assistant, right? It identifies high probability trade setups that line up with what you have learned and what you are learning currently, with the E3 strategy and everything else that the traders are training you, right? It doesn't just send out alerts, guys. It empowers you to trade with the confidence, by pinpointing winning trades through data-driven signals. Okay, so you get those alerts, guys. They are high probability alerts, not possibility alerts, where it may or may not hit. We're talking about if you get in there, get on time, guys. It's a high probability that you're about to make some money if you do exactly what it tells you to do. Okay? But it's like riding a bike, with training wheels. It's going to be there to make sure you don't fall. Okay. Now, when you look at Omni, Omni is an app, guys, that that's already around the world internationally, and we're the first company to actually have this app in the U.S. where we can now copy trade and mirror trade here in the U.S. with U.S. brokers. So that's coming soon. I say coming soon, it'll be here in a little bit, right? And they just making a couple tweaks on it, and we'll be live. But Omni Trading is a technology platform that can mirror advanced algorithms or live professional traders to execute trades based on predetermined and predefined criteria. Okay. It's designed to minimize human intervention and capitalize on market opportunities faster. So when we talk about taking the emotion out of it and taking the mistakes out of it, guys, this is what Einstein is designed to do. We have algorithms on Einstein that are taking trades as we speak. Okay. But the benefits are speed, efficiency, and reduced emotional bias. And so I'm excited about that when that comes up. And now Algo Alpha. This is one of the ones that we have accounts opening every day with this one. It's been around for over 3 years, guys. They have over 3,000 users for this SaaS, this software as a service. And I'm extremely excited about it because I've seen the hits. I'm going to show you guys some of the results, and they're remarkable. But Alpha Algo is an institutional grade trading software that can mirror advanced algorithms and professional traders to execute trades on your behalf. Okay. Our users choose the broker and they set up their own trading accounts. Basically, you're managing your own money. We don't touch your money. You do. You pull your money out when you want to pull your money out, and you actually make any type of adjustment that you want to make. Okay. But that's one thing that I do appreciate about this thing, guys. This is not one of those things where somebody is doing, or somebody has access to your revenue, your cash flow, and they're dictating what happens and where it goes. Okay. You just choose a program, you manage trades, no manual management of trades needed. It's like a set it and forget it. Okay. And that's for me, a person who's a busy professional. This is money in the bank. So the trade execution in real time, guys. First step, market data, then technical analysis. Next, buy and sell decision. And last, trade execution. So Algo Alpha can mirror the trades of successful traders as well and provide real-time automated execution for our community, allowing our individual users the ability to activate their own trades. Okay. Algo Alpha can mirror master accounts using our algorithmic trading and execute them instantly for our community. So guys, we have, the best of all worlds. We have the best trainers that are out there. And I say that, with all sincerity. We don't have a lot of traders on purpose, right? We don't need quantity, we have quality. Okay. Then you have Einstein as a technology for those who want to learn how to trade. Okay. And you want to just have a little bit of help, or you want to just make sure you fact check, right, when you're trading. And then you have the app Omni, right, and the software, as Alpha Algo. So what you see is a disclaimer, guys. I am not going to read this, I promise you. But you can screenshot this if you want. All it's saying is that you're responsible, 100% responsible for the decisions that you make, because we're not making them for you, right? There is a risk that's associated with trading. And if somebody ever tells you that something is 100% no risk, run, right? They have a meme, run, dun, 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 dun. You know what I'm talking about, right? So that's what that means. Now, here are some of the, these portfolios that I want to show you guys when it comes to Algo Alpha rather. And it's 4 different categories, 4 different portfolios and their performance. Okay. So when you look at the intelligent portfolio, right, this intelligent portfolio, as you can see the growth right there, 192%. Okay. And that's awesome. Then you look at the crypto alpha, right? This is one that's a little bit more volatile. As a matter of fact, when you look at the portfolios, guys, all four of them, because we ask people always want to know, uh, we know you lose trades. Everybody loses trades, but do you have losing months? And a person who just wants your money, they're going to tell you, no, we don't have losing months. A person who wants you to make a good, sound, solid decision, they'll tell you the truth. And the fact is, guys, we've had losing months, just not a lot of them. When I looked at this, you can go to MyFX book and you can go and verify what I'm telling you right now. Two of these guys, we haven't had any losing months. Okay, one of them we had one losing month, and this one, I think, in 3 years, I only seen two losing months. So we may have had 3 or 4 losing months out of all 4 of the portfolios. Okay, and so that's huge, but 658% growth on this actual platform right here. Now, Alpha Trader is 420%, right? And then when you look at the Algo Alpha X, this is the one that the majority of people in the company are in right now for starters, and they're in it because it just makes sense, guys. Right now, anytime you make a deposit in the Algo Alpha X, what happens is that deposit has an amplifier, a 10x amplifier on it. That's why we call it. That's why the X is there. So you invested $5,000, guys, and you deposited $5,000 in your account. Let me say that that's not an investment; it's a deposit. And on using the software, it's like the equivalent of having $50,000 traded for you in the market. You just can't lose 50,000, right? You can lose 5,000, but you have the leverage and the ability to trade as if you had 50,000. You get the results as if you had 50,000, right? And so same thing, you put 10,000 in, guess what? It's 100,000. You put 100,000 in, guess what? You got $1 million leverage, right? And all that means is this: the more money you have, because the algorithms is going to do exactly what the algorithms do. They're going to win, right? And so you just have access to more trades with the more money that you actually have in it, right? So if a person for an example, if a person was to put $1,000 in a regular trading account, or in this account without the amplifier, it really wouldn't do them any good. Put $1,000 in this one, with the 10x multiplier amplifier, guys, it'll give you the ability to trade as if you had $10,000 in the account. But remember, it recognizes you have 1,000. So it's going to limit how many trades that you are allowed to actually participate in, because it needs some back end money, some leverage to make sure that you can go all the way through that trade to completion. So it's going to limit it. So the people who have more money in those accounts, guys, obviously they are in more trades. They have more opportunities to get the desired result, right? So when it comes to people who I admire, based on the accomplishments that they actually have, I tell people all the time, if I don't take advice, right, from people who I would not trade places with. And when I look at Warren Buffett, this is the man I followed for years, because he was one of the most savviest investors out there. He has a quote that if you don't find a way to make money while you're asleep, you will work until you die, right? And I've been living off of residual income, man, for probably the last 28 to 29 years, okay, of my life. And so I understand how to do something one time and get paid for it, paid on it forever, right? How to have it work while you're in beneath the sheets. Okay. So again, Warren Buffett is suggesting it. You should probably go and do a little bit of research on it. But I talked about travel earlier, right? And guys, this is not an additional add-on from a you have to purchase it perspective. If you're a member in our community, you actually have this at no additional cost. Okay. You actually now have your own wholesale pricing booking engine. So now, every time you go book something, you're saving up to 70%. I don't go anywhere, guys, without saving money, business and pleasure, right? Talking about 4 and 5 star hotel and resorts, for 2 and 3 star prices, right? Rich and wealthy people don't pay full price for anything. People who make a lot of money, who spend a lot of money, blow a lot of money, they do. Okay. But you have over 1 million properties globally to use and choose from, over 3,000 discounted curated trips. Over every trip is tax deductible, obviously. And guess what? Your family and friends and associates they can actually get a membership, this Eventing Premium Travel membership discounted as well, $29 a month. So for less than, you know, $350 a year, guys, guess what? They get a chance to have access to all these perks and benefits just like you. Okay. But guess what else they get a chance to have access to? The free annual stay every year on your anniversary, 12 months from now. You will be able to pick, a place to go, right? And have a stay, a 4 or 5 star stay worth $4 or $5,000, right? And that stay is going to be on us every year going forward. Okay, so over 3,000 locations for you to choose from. Here's one in New York, Millennium Square, Times Square, saving $410 a night, saving $149 a night. In Miami, Florida, $150 a night. In Venice, Italy, guys, I've taken trips to Vegas where I've saved $300 a night. To Florida, I saved 300 plus a night, right? And this is just recent. I've saved a ton of money traveling, right? As a matter of fact, I've saved more money traveling than it's cost me to do business. Okay. Now, how does build trading? How much does Build Trading Academy cost? This is the part where it's the real answer is not enough. Because what we give you guys and what we put on the table for each and every last one of you, everything that I read to you earlier, just in the core basics alone, to have access to all of our traders, who are training live and trading live, and their resources, their time, guys, you're not getting that anywhere for $199 and $99 a month. You're not, right? That's why I said it's right now. This is totally introductory. I just know that this is going to be going up one day, but the people who are in the trading community, they're going to be grandfathered in, right? But they're going to get all this stuff here that you see there, minus access to Einstein and Omni. Okay. Now, when you actually look at the elite, package, you're going to get everything in the core basics, but you now get a chance to have access to Einstein and Omni. Now, Einstein is the scanner that's going to send you the alerts, but it's only going to send you the alerts for the Forex market as an elite individual. Okay. If you're on the elite tuition, you only get access to the Forex. It's only going to point out alerts and, and send you alerts for Forex. Now, when it comes to Omni or Algo Alpha, guys, you get up to three different strategies when it comes to them. So you get the Alpha X, or you get the one of the other three, right? Two of the other three rather to go with it. But that's $499, okay, one time, and then $149 a month, which is a joke because now when you look at just Algo by itself, as when you look at these companies, Omni by itself, these companies are charging $10,000 to $25,000 just to get in the community. Then they're charging anywhere from $499 to $999 per month, just so you can have access to the technology and the actual educators. That's why I said right now, when you look at value, one of the things that we've done that again can actually hurt us, because I believe if you don't charge enough, people won't see the value in it. And so don't overlook this based on how inexpensive it is, guys.
Recording stopped.
Okay? So let's make sure that you put yourself in a position where you get yourself the $499 or the $999 for the Premier, which gives you the Einstein scanner for all the markets, Forex, options, stops, futures, crypto, all those good things, as well as the Omni Alpha Omni and Algo Alpha up to 7 strategies. Okay, so that's important as well, because most companies, they charge you anywhere from $200 to $999 per strategy per month. Right, so $199 a month for that. Now, as we wrap up here, guys, we understand that people are going through some challenging times. They're having money and financial issues, and so we borrowed some of the technology, some of the let's say some of the ideas of universities. Universities are paying students to refer students to them. They're giving them bonuses, they're giving them commissions, they're giving them whatever these incentives to refer. So we're doing the same exact thing. So we have a refer for and pay no more when it comes to our subscriptions, guys, our monthly subscriptions. So you refer 4 people to our program, on the $9.99. I'm sorry, the $99 a month. As you don't pay the you don't pay the $99 a month anymore. So now you get a free ride on the core basics, the education access. All right. Now, when it comes to the elite subscription, the 149 a month, you refer 4 on the Elite or the Premier, guys, guess what? The 149 goes away, and now you have a free ride. And now you have access to the technology as well. So now you got access to Omni, Algo Alpha, as well as all the educationals and the trainings for nothing. Okay. The Premier Access, guys, when you have 4 Premier members, you get that same tuition. Guess what? Now, not 199 goes away. Again, free ride when it comes to all education, free access to all the technology. Right. And so this is one of the things that I get really excited about, because the company, one thing I do know about this company is that the people who own it, they have huge hearts. Okay? And so they love to give, they love to, provide resources for people to win. And they have a big vision for people all around the world. So get back with the person that invited you out here, guys. Make sure you let them know, one, that you really appreciate them, turning you on to this. And 2, let them know if you are a core basics person, right, and you just want to learn how to trade, or if you're an elite person right now, you have a little bit of financial challenges, but you can come up with $4.99, and you want to be able to learn how to trade and maybe even put some money in an account, or if you want to just go full fledged and say, you know what, I want to go big. 2026 is my year. I want to go ahead and get my $9.99 Premier Pack. I want to go ahead and learn how to trade, or I just want to put some money in some of the strategies that you guys have and let the money work for me while I work on my 2026 and beyond. So with that, guys, being said, we appreciate you guys. We'll see you guys at the top, see you guys at the bank, and see you guys on the beaches of the world. And appreciate you guys and appreciate your time. Good night.